Hello, guys and girls! Jokester here, bringing you another episode of FTB Unstable. Well, we are up to episode 33, and last episode, you saw us automate nether stars. But today, we are going to add it into our auto-crafting setup. So here's what I want to do. We know for auto-crafting, we're going to need a crafter. We could use one of these crafters, but hey, let's grab a dedicated crafter because we like it. So let's grab an automated crafter. I want to put it in, let's put it over kind of by the machines. Can't ruin my pillars here, so we got to put it in here. Now we're going to need a crafter at the bottom, just like we did over here, right? So we got to put it facing up, right? And then we're going to put the crafter right here. And in order for us to get things back into the system, oh, looks like I'm missing a cable here. Cable. Oh, I have it in my inventory already. I don't need that, but I will need a importer. Oops, not both of them. There we go. Okay, let's get this down here. All right, cable, there we go. That makes it whole, and we're going to need an importer. This should be all fine the way it is, just imports everything in. And so let's go back around the front. So now, we know that we've got this set up, and if I throw my book in here and another star in here, it fills it up with redstone. Of course, I have to have enough redstone in here. Fills it all up, and it dumps the tome back in here, couples it with another star. There's our recipe for that. There's our recipe for that, and all good. Our recipe has to be 256 here, because that's the minimum it takes to get this. Now, let's talk about, so I have an empty tome here. That's intentional. It's empty. Make sure you have that. So redstone. So remember, in order to get, let's see what it looks like, right? There's 64. Well, technically. There's 192, and there's 256 if I do that, right? So remember, not 7 of these plus 1 redstone is 64. So quadruple that makes 256. So we know we need 28 of these and 4 of these, plus a tome, plus a nether star. So let's grab that. And that will go into our pattern here. So we say 28 of those, 4 of those, an empty tome, okay, has to be empty, and a nether star will create, right click, yep, we'll create 2 nether stars, right? Sure, sounds good, Jokester. So let's put that in this pattern here. And now, you notice I don't have a nether star in here because we're going to send it one, and I don't have the tome in there. I'm going to send it an empty one. And I'm also going to send it redstone. Now, in this current situation, it doesn't need more. It'll just fill up. It's going to send 4 more of these, but it'll probably fill this up because, 28 plus 43 is more than 64. We're okay with that. It'll still work just fine. The other thing we have to do is we have to set this. This has to be 256, remember? Has to be 256. Pattern has to be 0, right? In goes 0. Once it reaches 256, it will hit that. This now we need to send, before it was sending it internally, we now need to send it externally, okay? We hit apply. Make sure we hit apply a few times. Good. So this here pattern will send it the output, which will be 2 nether stars, but it'll also send this tome externally, dump it back into our system through the importer, and it will all reside there. That's it. So let's give it a test. And cross your fingers. So we say nether star, Control Shift, and Control Shift click, that is. Now we see it drops down. Boom, look how quick that was. Ha ha ha, let's do it again. We're at 30. It takes 1 down. 30, 31. Look at that. Beautiful. 30, 31, 32. There we go. All done. All done. It's that simple. Now we have a way of asking it for as many as we need over and over again as long as we have redstone. And you notice these guys are just cranking away, producing redstone. And you'll see how much redstone I have. 47,700, 5,300 and even blocks. So we have a ton of those. All good. Whew. I like it. I like it. I'm so happy with that. No more wither killing. Woo! Okay. The other thing, you've heard me talk so many times about RefinedStorage. I swear they had fluid in there. Well, they do. Refined, they do if you have a non-ancient version. Look at this. Fluid storage blocks. All I did was, so FTB Unstable comes with like 0.82 or something really archaically old version of RefinedStorage. So I just went out there, grabbed the latest version, 0.94. And yeah, there's all the fluid storage. I knew I've seen it in here before. So yeah, just go grab the latest version, dump it in your mods folder, remove the old version, and now we have access to fluid storage. FTB is working on their Infinity Pack, which is coming out, I believe, September 23rd. So in 13 days as of this recording. And so it will, I'm sure they are very busy and they just haven't updated FTB Unstable very much. So, you know, no disrespect to them. It's just, it's an old version, right? I had to update Roots yesterday because it was an old version and had bugs in it. So make sure you keep up to date with some updates. If you're missing functionality or you're seeing some weird things, you know, take it upon yourself. Just update it yourself. There's no harm with that. It will work. I promise. So now that we have that, we have things like fluid grids, we have fluid storage disks, and oh, how awesome. First thing we want to do is we want to create this fluid grid. So, oh, one other thing is, so we're up to 0.94. 1.0 is the one that is going to, 1.0 is when Raul added in the ability to look in your inventory. So once 1.0 finalizes and gets pushed out, we'll have the ability to craft and look in your inventory and suck it in here and make a complete recipe. We don't have to drag it in anymore. So you've heard me talk about that in the past. You heard Right Wing RB, if you watch his videos, talk about that. And you know, so yeah, we're up to snuff on what's happening and anxiously awaiting, and Raul, bring it out. We're ready for you. So, okay, let's create this grid. And so I need a regular grid and an advanced processor. Let me just see if I have any grids in here. I don't, so no worries. Let's do this. And I think, I don't know if I have any machine casings. I sure don't. No worries. Let's create a couple of these. So we have plenty of that. So this one, I should have that guy. Yeah. All right, so there's a regular grid, and the other recipe was just an advanced and a bucket. We have all that. Advanced and a bucket. In theory, if I was creating this a lot, I would create a pattern for it, but you know what? I really don't need to. I will only ever create one fluid grid, so I don't really need it, and it's quick enough to do. So this is, let's put this right here, because it's just, you know, along our lines, kind of one of the reasons I moved this over. So let's put this crafting grid, or the fluid grid, in, and let's take a look. There you go. And look, we've got sorting, blah, 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 all kinds of JEI synchronized, everything we would expect. So what does that good? What good does that do us? Well, with, let's go back to RefinedStorage, with something like these. So it starts at 64K. So that's 64,000 millibuckets. So 64 buckets of whatever liquid, and it doesn't care what type of liquid you have. It's it can be water, lava. You know, if we had immersive engineering in here, it could be the creosote oil. It could be any type of thing, and it doesn't matter as long it just counts in terms of millibuckets. There's 128, 256, and 512, right? So it goes up quite a bit. Now we've already got. How did that get in there? Hey, did I throw that in there? What's it called? What's it called? Oh no, travel. Yeah, somehow that got thrown in there. I'm sure you guys saw that and said, hey, what are you doing? I didn't notice. I'm sorry. So we've already got 960 buckets in here. Now I could create 2 of those 512s and we could import all of that in here. And that would be really cool. Or we could use external storage, right? We could just make that one great big tank and access it. Now that is, so let me show you how we're going to do this first, and let me show you the problem. So if I were to throw external storage right onto this tank, all right, got this big old tank, and if we go back to the, in theory, that should be all it needs. If we go here, it doesn't show up in here. And that's probably because something to do with this tank. This tank, you know, has an interface here for you to pull in and out, but can we actually access it? Well, yes, we can. There is a block. After trying almost every single block, I did find the, where was it? It is called the tank access port. I gotta find it. There it is, right there. So we need a tank access port, and it's pretty easy to make. So let's go make it. Tank access port right there. So it just needs these fluid interfaces. We have several of them in our system, right? It's very simple to make. And these tank walls, we've seen make it before. So we'll grab this tank access port. And let's go back over here. Now, remember, 960 buckets. If I take this out, it drops down, and I'm going to put my tank access port in there. And now we're only at 928. But that's okay. Hey, let's go ahead and add this on here. Oops, shift. There we go. And we autofill up. Ooh, I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, now let's see if that's enough. So, oh, you know what? I think I have to set on here. I think I have to set it to fluids. Okay? Show me fluids. Yeah, see? Now it's reading this out of 192. Well, that seems to be a little bit odd, but sure, fine, whatever. Look at that, right there. I now have access to lava stored in my friend system, and I can use it for crafting recipes. So the way it works is if you have a bucket, right? I have 12 buckets, and so we'll go ahead and do that with there, with the amount I have. All you have to do is just drag it out, and it uses one of those buckets and fills it up with lava. So let's look at our buckets. See, there's 11 now. Okay. So if I were to go over here and grab another one out, right, gives me a bucket of lava, and let's check our buckets, and we now have 10. So that's how that works. And so it will use up buckets. And I do have a crafting recipe for this, right? I mean, I can craft more buckets anytime I want. So if I were to use a recipe that needs lava, what it would do is it would go grab a bucket, grab this lava, put it into the recipe, and all would be good. There you go. Boom. Instantly, we now have auto crafting lava for recipes. Whoo, we're happy. Let's do that with water. There is. So we've all seen, let's see, Ender IO's got the, what are those things called? It's the repository, reservoir. There it is. So we've got the reservoir. It takes 4 of them to make an infinite water source, right? And we can use that. But let's keep this in the pressure pipes mod. Pressure pipes have this really cool infinite water source in a single block. So it's not too hard to make. I've got a couple of water buckets in there, and it's just straight iron. So simple to make. So simple to make. So we'll make that guy. And then we'll grab our external storage. Let's see, we're going to need another one. So we should have everything. Let's see. Yep. Cool. And let's go back here, since this is kind of where our fluid has become. And I'm thinking I can leverage this, but it can't go in the same block, I don't think. Let's just try. Yeah, it's going to have to be one away. So can I? Yeah, I'm sure I can't put that there. So we know it has to go there, and then I can wrench this. There we go. And I think I have to turn this to fluids, right? And let's see if that's all she needed. Oh. Let's see here. What else do we have to do? So this is external storage connected in here. And fluids, I don't think I have to blacklist it. You notice how it's not doing that. Let me grab a bucket of water, because there's another way to do this. Is in here, you can actually do that and see if that will allow it to, I don't think there's any, right click or oops, shift right click on here. So let's go back and check, see if that's enough. Let us, it might be because it's cascaded off of here. Oh, to haste. Haste gets me every time. I always break the block below it. So let's do this. All right, put that there. What if we were to put this here and then put the external storage? This is external storage, yeah. Let's put that there. There we go. That's much better. So it looks like it is, if it's an extension off of another external storage, it doesn't quite work. So we can leave that there. which is cool. And I didn't need to put the filter on there. And so now you can see it's all full up. And I can put fluids here. I don't think it matters. I think it's smart enough to know. And then we go over here, and look at that. We have water. Now you can see it's got a little bit of a bug. We'll wait for 1.0 and see if that's fixed. But I think it's what it's saying is that's the maximum amount of water because it's an infinite water source. But this works the exact same way. I can just grab this out, right? As many as I want, and it uses up my buckets. So I think we had, what did we have, 10 before? No, we had 12 maybe. So let's make sure we test that. 10 buckets in there. We'll pull one out, and we have 9 in there. So there you go. We now have the ability to store lava and water, our two most used fluids, inside of here. And that should be it. I just want to see what kind of other fluids we have. Oxygen and paho, that's IC2 stuff, pahoho. There's fuel and blood and so on, right? We could, in theory, store our LP from our blood magic, right, out there, in here, if we really wanted to. So, wow, very, very cool. I'm so excited about that. Oh, let's dump this in here. And we'll get rid of that. Oops. So the other thing I could do is, you know, we have this here. It's a really, really cool way of setting it up without crafting any disks. You notice we don't have any disks set up. And let's take a look in here. Right? We don't have any disks, but what if we wanted to? Let's craft some fluid storage disks. At fluid, oh no, what am I doing? At RefinedStorage. All right. So let's take a look at these recipes. So 64K, and so it's pretty straightforward. I should have plenty of glass, quartz, buckets. We know we have those, so we're never going to go for the top one, but the bottom one. But let's get some more buckets. Oh no, I'm not. I'm out of quartz enriched irons. But you know what? I'm going to craft a few of those. Let's grab a few of those, and then quartz enriched iron. No, that's not it. What was that? Oh, glass. That's what it is. I'll figure this out eventually, so let's hit that. Let's grab like 50 of those. We should be all good. It's going to send it over to one of those guys, I believe. Yes. There it goes. It's working its way. Okay, so I want to create 3 and 3 and 3 of these guys. So these guys were called fluid storage. And we'll go here. And there's 3 and then 3 more. And there we go. Because we want to make these guys. 3 of these. Okay, and then so that we can make 256K. There we go. And then we'll need a disk around it. Where is it? 256 is that one here. Oh, I need to grab that disk first. Where's the empty disk? Whatever. Just grab this, and we'll grab this and there. And then, yeah, we'll just throw these guys in here. Back to the 256, and there we go. Come on, seriously? Or was that storage housing? There we go. All right, so there's our fluid storage disk. I can throw this in here. And so it does show that the amount went down, but that's just because it's fluids, right? I mean, because it's added to the total capacity. But remember, you don't get any more item storage, you get fluid storage. And so if I were to store stuff in here, I can import stuff. So let's say, for instance, we have, let's grab 9 lava buckets. 7, 8, 9. And then let's grab a tank. And both of these are configured. I don't know which one has which. Let's see, does that have anything or that have anything? I don't think they actually have anything in there. And so yeah, let's go ahead and put those down for right now, or one of those down, I should say. And then we'll go in here and we'll just load these guys up. Put some lava in here. Okay, there is lava in there. And great thing about these blocks is we can do that. And just temporarily, I'm going to put this guy right here. Let's get a little bit of access in here. And how about a importer? Let's grab one of these importers. And I'm going to have to go behind there. There we go. And will it import it? Yes, it did. So now let's take a look. Where's our fluid? This guy here. So in theory, it added to this, but yeah, it imported it all. Or did I grab the wrong one? Wait a minute. Wait. I might have done that all wrong here. What's that thing called? Tank. Yes, I did do that wrong. I didn't even notice it didn't go into my inventory. So let's pick that up. And it did go in my inventory. Good. It's that item collector over there that was taking it from me. Okay, so let's get this out of here so as I don't push it. I don't place it down accidentally. All right, so this has 9 buckets in here. If we were to make sure that it pushes, push, and good. And then I think we're going to need this one to be a filter. So let me craft a lava bucket. Good. Let me show you how to do this. So this guy should be fluids. Is that pulling it? Oh, there we go. I guess I didn't need a filter. There we go. So now let's look at it. And so now you've seen we've gone up in the amount of lava that we had. So that's another way that you can import it into the system. And let's go take a look at this guy right here. And now you'll see that this has 9,000 millibuckets, or 9 buckets stored in there. So a couple different ways, right? I have that great big old tank over there that's going to hold more than at least 2 discs, right? But I have plenty of storage here, so at some point I can pull them in here. But then again, I have all this storage here, and I can import all this in there too. So again, doing things a little non-standard, but I want to show you guys lots of different ways that you can accomplish this, and you can still leverage this really cool pressure pipe tank and still access it through your RefinedStorage, have it available for auto-crafting recipes. So how wonderful is that? Lots of really fun things today. So I'm hoping you guys, that's regular stone. Well, that's fine for right now. And let's put these guys back. Hoping you guys had fun. I sure did. And I'm going to have to bid you adieu, because we are at the wrapping up point. So if you enjoyed this video, please give me a like. It helps me so much. And if you're new to my series, give me a subscribe and follow me. I've got some really great stuff in the works as well as in the past. So take a look at my old videos. And with that said, take it easy. Bye.